When foreign investors invest in Vietnam, they could establish company in Vietnam. Foreign investors have the right to choose the appropriate forms of enterprise such as a limited liability company, joint stock company, with specific steps are as follows. Register the investment project, apply for certificate of investment registration, apply for the certificate of business registration, publish the content of the business registration, registered business stamp, notice of use of stamp, open bank account, the post-licensing procedures. Step 1. Register the investment project. Investors submit an investment project registration file to the Business Registration Office of the province or city or the Management Board of an industrial zone, an export processing zone or a high-tech zone for the approval of an investment project during the period within 15 days. Step 2. Apply for Certificate of Investment Registration. After approval of the investment project, investors submit a valid record to the Department of Planning and Investment within 10 days to apply for a business registration certificate in Vietnam. Step 3. Apply for the Certificate of Business Registration. After obtaining the business registration certificate, the investor shall submit the application for Enterprise Registration Certificate to the Enterprise Registration Office within 3 days. Step 4. Publish the content of the business registration. After being granted the Certificate of Enterprise Registration, the investor shall disclose information about the enterprise on the National Enterprise Registration Portal within 30 days, including the following information. Business lines, list of founding shareholders and shareholders being foreign investors for joint stock companies. Step 5. Registered business stamp. The enterprise has the right to decide on the form, quantity and contents of the stamp of the enterprise. The content of the stamp must show the following information. Company's name, business code. After receiving the legal entity stamp and before using the business stamp, the enterprise must send a notice on the stamp of the enterprise to the Business Registration Office for publication in the National Information Portal on the business registration. Step 6. Notice of use of stamp. After having stamp made, investors submit notices on use of stamp forms to the Investment Registration Agency. After receiving the record, the Investment Registration Agency issues a receipt for the enterprise, publishes the notice of the enterprise on the National Business Information Portal and issues a notice of the posting, stamp samples of enterprises, branches and representative offices for enterprises. Step 7. Open bank account. Investors need to open 2 types of bank accounts, namely the investment capital account to receive the investment amount and the transaction account for conducting daily transaction in Vietnam. Step 8. The post-licensing procedures. For the conditional business lines, investors investing in conditional businesses lines as regulated in Appendix 4 of the Investment Law 2014 must apply Certificate of Business Qualification, practicing certificates, professional liability insurance, legal capital requirements, etc. before conducting business in Vietnam.